Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. As usual, apologies for any background noise. I'm still in the process of finding a decent mic and a filter so that any background sounds might be dulled down and like my voice will come out a lot clearer. Anyway, I want to talk to you guys about the anime Death Parade. Um, Basically, question first. Where do you think you'd go when you die? The usual answer would be heaven or hell, right? Or wherever you might think you might go. Another thought might possibly be reincarnation, perhaps? I don't know. Everyone will have different thoughts on this question, of course, so yeah. In Death Parade, this question in its own way gets answered. Basically, when two people die at the same time, they get sent to a bar known as Quindecim. They're greeted by a man whose name is Decim, and he tells you that you have to play a game. But would you really be comfortable playing a game where your life is on the line? And each game is selected at random. Each episode has a different game, and it's like only 12. Same as like only 12 episodes long. It originally was just like a 30-minute short by the name of Death Billiards, and that episode is also in this anime. But I guess someone saw it and thought to create like a whole anime around that one thing. So that makes it pretty interesting in my opinion. Um, each episode is like, of course, different people. And during the process of these games, you start to realize that something is a little off. Basically, the games are designed to bring out the darkness in their souls and also reveal the truth to them because in actuality, these people have died, and playing these games is like their judgment. Um, Depending on the outcome, you get sent to either one of two places. One is reincarnation, where your soul is sent to be reincarnated into your next life or whatever. They don't exactly elaborate on this too much. And the second place is the void, where your soul is sent down into like an eternal pit of complete nothingness. And I think they describe it as like falling for all eternity with no hope of ever reaching the bottom. There's like a wide array of characters, but this show mostly centers around, I think, just two characters. There's Decim, and then there's the girl who's his assistant. When she first came, she knew she was dead, but she didn't know how she died. Like for the entire series until like close to the end, we didn't know what her name was, and then we find out her name is actually Chiyuki. Um, her story is actually a little sadder than anyone else who's been to the bar to be judged and everything. But for a while, she serves as Deckham's assistant with everything he does, and she's like a refresher to him because she has a different outlook on the way he does things because he's an arbiter, like a few of the other characters in this show. Um, the arbiters are people who in a sense, dish out the judgments for souls. And they have rules to follow. Like, they can't, they can't die. And they aren't allowed to feel anything. Because that would bring them too close to being human. I think it's 3 rules, but I can't remember all 3 of them. I think I'm probably wrong with the part that they can't die, though. Anyway, but Decim, in my opinion, is just someone who is completely incapable of smiling, and Chiyuki is like the opposite of him because she smiles a lot, and she has her own opinions as to how things are done, and she sees most of these methods as cruel because these games are forcing people to reveal the darkness in their own souls for judgment, which should be necessary, but to the extreme where you pit them against someone and like the entire time they're so stressed out about a lot of things because they think they're going to die if they lose the game. They actually turn pretty violent, only to realize that they have already died. I'm sorry, only to realize that they have already died. And some people actually beg for a second chance to go back and try making things better, but it's already too late. In my opinion, this show is pretty sad and does answer some questions about how humans would react to the news that they were dead. But obviously that's something we wouldn't get to see because we can't exactly be there. And this show is pretty interesting, so if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you watching it. It wouldn't really take too long to finish it up. I know I left out a lot of stuff, but you know, that's like what you should see for yourself. I'm not being mean. I'm not being like greedy when I say that. I just think that the best values of it, because this is my own personal opinion, should be seen by your eyes as well. Anyway, hit the like button, share this video, subscribe for more content. I'm sorry, I said submit. Subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next video. Luna out.